What's up, gang? How you guys doing? This is Lieutenant Sal Blue, 28-year law enforcement veteran and the author of the top 25 mistakes en route to the good life, man. Coming at you today with my daily podcast. That's right, every single day. It's the day after Christmas, man. Hopefully you guys got all the Christmas presents, everything that you wanted, and you are just living your life in pure bliss. That day after Christmas, the day after you have given all of your heart and all of your value to the people that you love and spend all the money that you had saved up for the whole year. But anyway, guys, what I want to talk to you guys about today is, your efforts, the efforts you're making to create the life that you want, man. You have been working really hard this year trying to start that business, or trying to gain some extra income, or trying to build on those relationships, right? Trying to get your health into the optimal level, right? And in doing so, is just not enough for a lot of people just to just enjoy the fruits of their labors. People just don't do it, right? People just don't say, hey, I've gotten there, I did it, I've accomplished what I wanted, and I am eternally happy with what I have. No. People aren't satisfied with that. And so this leads to today's question in my podcast. And hopefully I can shed some light on this feeling that a lot of people have, so that you guys can move past it, okay, and learn to start dominating your life with the only person that truly matters, which is you, right? Because it is your life. Everybody has to live their own life. And so I'm trying to get you guys to stop looking for things outside of yourself, so that you can achieve the best life possible, okay, as soon as possible. But anyway, today's question is this, right? It is, why do you need to show everyone, right, how hard you are working at succeeding? What is your purpose? What is your point of showing everyone how hard you're working at succeeding? And that is today's question. And it was something that I was thinking about. I gave it some serious thought today as I'm sitting around, I'm watching a little bit of television, recorded episodes, because I really don't watch a lot of live TV because there's way too much going on. But some recorded episodes of my show the day after Christmas, and just doing some things around the house. But I thought about this question and I wrote it down, and then I sat down and wrote out what it would take for me to get the point across to you on why this is a bad practice, right? And so here's the deal, guys. Unfortunately, in life, there will always be competition, right? There's always going to be competition, and no matter what you do, right? You may think that you are the only one doing this, but the truth is there's competition all around us and in everything that we're constantly doing. So you guys have to understand that, and I want you to acknowledge that, right? But in competition, because it's competition, you have to make it your business not to show everything to everybody, because here's the deal. All right, and see if I could explain this a little better, because I guess I wrote it down a little poorly. Because it's competition in everything that we do, when you start to explain everything to everybody, what you do is you basically give away your advantage of what you're doing, right? As I told you guys, it is very scarce resources at the bottom of the wealth triangle, right? Everybody's fighting to get that edge and get ahead. And because they're fighting to get that edge and get ahead, the more you show to other people, the more they will use that against you to keep you at the bottom of the wealth triangle, at the bottom of the barrel, right? They will take from you everything and all your hard efforts, and they will flip those things to use them against you. So you have to begin to make your accomplishments and things that you do seem effortless, right? When you make them seem effortless to people, literally, people think of you as a miracle worker, right? As a God-like abilities. When you make people think that your hard work that you're putting in, to you, is nothing. To them, impossible. And that is what you want to start doing when you accomplish things. And you cannot do that by revealing everything that you know to everybody. All right, let's get this one thing straight, right? In reality, no one cares, okay, how hard you work to get what you have, because people are only attracted, right? People are only attracted to easy. So when you start telling people how hard you work to get this, you turn them off, right? They immediately turn off because they start thinking to themselves, oh, you know, this guy's bragging, this guy's doing this, he's doing that. It is a lot harder than what he says it is. And they really, truly don't believe you. And so when people stop believing you, okay, they kind of turn off their brains onto something that you're trying to accomplish, which is to just show them how hard something is to achieve, right? So if that's the case, if people don't care and they're only attracted to easy, why not give them what they want? Why not give people what they want? It is a whole lot easier to convince somebody that what you did was easy than it is to convince somebody that what you're doing is such hard work, right? So convince them that it is easy, right? Make your actions seem natural, right? And execute it with ease. Everything that you do is with ease, right? You're just doing it smooth. You could climb Mount Everest and you did it with ease. It was effortless for you, right? Even all the hard work, all of the elements and everything, you trained so hard for it that everything for you was easy. You may create a multi-million-dollar business. When you created that multi-million-dollar business, for you, you put in so much prep work that your entire journey to creating that business was easy, right? Start making people feel like you possess a skill that most people don't have, right? Let them know that your efforts are easy. And that way you kind of keep the vultures away, guys. Trust me. You kind of keep the vultures away. So what I'm telling you guys to do is never show people all of the practicing you put in, okay, all the pain you have gone through, right? And all the tricks you have learned to make this all seem easier, right? Never show people all of that, right? And most people have a very, very short attention span anyway. So showing them that literally is a waste of your time and energy, okay, trying to get somebody to understand everything that you've gone through to achieve what you want. So stop showing people all of that. It does not help you, and they're not paying attention anyway, guys. Now, I know it is so tempting, guys. It is so tempting to tell people all around you how hard it was, right, for you to make it, right? People love telling them how hard it was for them to make it stories. But when you do that, it actually raises questions from people about your efforts, right? A lot of people, when you start talking about how hard it is for you to achieve something, they start to compare it to themselves, right? Now, regardless of all the preparation and everything that you did, right, reaching that point in your life, they start to compare it to themselves, right? And so they compare your skills that you did to achieve that toward their skills that they currently have without no preparation, no training, no hard work. And they start to say to themselves, what you're saying is unbelievable, right? What you're saying cannot be done, because they feel like they can't do it, right? And so they're comparing themselves to you. So it begins to raise questions on the believability of your story. And in itself, right? The believability, because they're comparing it to themselves, right? So That is probably another reason why you shouldn't be sitting there trying to explain something to someone who is not on your level as well, guys. Now, I'm telling you right now, right? You need to stop teaching people your tricks because they'll use them against you, right? They will use the same tricks that you worked so hard at finding out and figuring out to achieve your goals, and they will use those same things, okay, against you. They will use them to rise themselves up so they can push you back down. They will use tactics within those tricks to stop you from rising, okay? People have a tendency to want to be competitive because they believe that everything that you have and everything that we achieve is of scarce resources. Okay, and when somebody's starting to think that something is scarce resources, they go into desperation mode, and desperation mode causes a lot of people to do a lot of things. So you got to be careful, guys. You got to be careful out there teaching people all your tricks. Now, there are many reasons why people want to tell other people, right, how hard they have worked at whatever they're trying to achieve, or how hard they have had it, or how hard it was for them to establish the position that they're currently in, or how hard it was for them to create the life that they have always desired. But one of the most obvious reasons that I've seen people why they have to tell people, you know, how hard they've worked and what they've done is because most people crave the need for acknowledgement, right? They crave the need for people to say, talk about them and say, look how well he has done. Look how hard he has worked, right? And to put you at a level of where you're above most people, right? So most people have that deep internal need for other people to acknowledge their efforts, things that they have done, right? To put them up on a special pedestal for something that they have done. And that is what I observed over time. Now, these people, right, who crave acknowledgement, right, they not only want people to see where they ended up, but they also want people to see how hard it was for them to get there, right? And like I said before, when you need somebody to see how hard it was for you to get there, what happens is, okay, you're trying to tell them that most people can't do what I do, right? And so maybe somebody like me may be outright bold and say that most people aren't willing to put in this work, but when you are have a need to show people everything that you do and every step that you take, it is almost like you're putting it in their face and going, look at these steps I took. There's no way you can do that. Look at these things I did. There's no way you can do that. And even though you don't say those words exactly, that is how people begin to think. But that's not enough, right? It's not enough that you just talk about the steps that you have taken so that people will see you. You want people to, as you talk about the steps, see how smart you were, how innovative you were, and how knowledgeable you were to be so resourceful to figure out all of this stuff, right? To become successful. And that is where the problem occurs, guys, right? It's when you do all of this over and over and over again, and you tell so many people, more times over, it starts to backfire. Because when you attempt to show people how smart you are, right? A lot of times you're dealing with people who have a very fragile ego, right? And let me tell you something about fragile egos. Fragile egos lead to interpretations of events and things that you say that are not the same as what a logical person would decide is important, right? Or what the message that a logical person would be think that he's giving off to someone, right? You would probably think that logically, if you're telling somebody the efforts that it takes for you to get to the top, you would logically think that you're telling them, hey, you too can do this if you're willing to put in the work, right? It is not as hard as you think. Come join me on this effort to achieve the life that you want. You would think that logically someone would think that, right? But that is not the case, okay, with a fragile ego. A fragile ego sees your statements as an attack, right? That's right. They see your statement as an attack, right? These fragile egos see your explanation as not just an attack, but an attack on their intelligence, right? Or an attack on their skill level. And when they see that, okay, they literally become offended the more times you talk about how successful you are and the steps that you have taken to achieve your success. Right? They're literally offended by you talking about it, right? Offended about you talking about the steps. Offended about you talking about how easy it is. Offended about you pointing out the tricks that they didn't figure out. So that's what your fragile ego, that's what you're dealing with, guys. And that fragile ego is very, very dangerous, man. Because once this occurs, right, the same people who you seek to give you accolades and acknowledgement for your accomplishments and efforts, these same people, they begin to plot to bring you down, right? They want to bring you back down to their level. Since they couldn't figure it out on their own, and they are not willing to put in the effort to achieve what you have achieved, then it is a whole lot easier for them to tear you down. And people do that all the time. It's a lot easier for people to tear other people down than for them to put the effort to build themselves back up. So start thinking about that when you are talking to people about everything that you have done to achieve everything that you want. People are very, very fragile out there these days, and especially nowadays where the economy is crashing, where there's pandemics everywhere, where people are losing their jobs and their livelihood, and the whole world is making a shift in all of the current skill levels to a whole different type of world. And a lot of people just aren't willing to up their skill level to do that, so they're trying to tear it all back down to days of old, you know, so that they can remain on top, so that they can remain striving to get something that they don't have. So you need to understand that and think about that when you start talking about yourself. Now, on top of them trying to bring you back down to their level, right? Now, because you have given them all your tricks, right, in great detail, everything that you have done to get where you are, now they literally don't have a problem, okay, duplicating your efforts. So they can duplicate your efforts, and you may be thinking to yourself that, yeah, you showed them and they probably won't duplicate your efforts. But believe it or not, man, people who are envious, jealous, angry, and in pain are extremely motivated individuals, okay? And they are motivated in the wrong direction. And that direction they're motivated in is direction to take you down. So if you've told all your tricks and trades to a bunch of people, you make it a whole group of people that will get together to combine their efforts, okay, to take you down a notch, okay, because they feel like you have been bragging about what you have achieved or what you have become or what you're trying to do. So you have to understand that when you're putting in the hard work and then turning around and talking to everybody about it, right? So you will be totally and completely surprised when you're giving someone the intimate details of your operation. right? So be careful of that, guys. Be careful of that, because it will stop your growth immediately, right? It will stop your growth immediately, because people will start to tinker with the methods that you have used to achieve the heights that you have reached. And all of a sudden, the same things that you did before will no longer work, man. And even worse, it may even saturate your current market of things that you're trying to do, man. So I want you guys, as I wrap this up today, I want you to learn to work hard, right? But be silent. Be silent in your accomplishment and efforts, okay? Because I believe that you will be better off in the long run. Because just people, number one, aren't willing to work as hard as you think they're willing to work. People are more so willing to talk about hard work as opposed to putting in hard work, right? Talking about hard work is good. It gives you that dopamine shot to the brain. And if you talk to enough people acknowledge that, oh man, this guy's going to put in some really, really hard work to achieve what he wants. And as long as you keep talking about it, you continually get that shot of dopamine with never ever having to put in the work to achieve the goals that you want. That is how most people are, man. That is how most people are. So you, on the other hand, are putting in the work, your daily efforts, and you may feel that you're giving value talking to other people about it. But the truth is that a lot of people take this as an insult. So learn to be silent, okay? Stop telling people your next move. Start putting in the work. Achieve the life that you want. And then when you do that, you can spend more time enjoying the life that you have worked so hard for, as opposed to worrying about people coming along and trying to tear it down because you've given them all the intimate details of your operation. So this was just like a knowledge-based podcast today, man. And I want you guys to understand this and start being quiet about your next move, right? I want you guys to achieve the life that you want as quickly as possible and as fast as possible with as few obstacles that are in your way, you know. And I'm telling you this, guys, because I've made this mistake in my life many times over and have gotten knocked back down to the bottom of the wealth triangle and had to figure out a totally different way to get out. So keep doing what you're doing, but do it in silence, guys. All right, this is Lieutenant Sal Blue. I'm wrapping it up for today, man. Make sure you guys hop on over to lieutenantsalblue.com and pick up your copy of my latest book, Top 25 Mistakes En Route to the Good Life, second edition. Okay, I am giving it away for free. You guys pay shipping. I'm giving away 10,000 autographed copies. So hop on over there today, pick up your autographed copy. Okay, and also I have tons of extra bonuses over on the website at lieutenantsalblue.com. So hop on over there, check it out, and enjoy all the benefits of going to my website as opposed to buying my book from Amazon. So as a matter of fact, at Amazon it's $19.95, and my book on my website ltsalblue.com, it is only $9.95, and that's just to cover shipping and handling. So I'll get that out to you. Make sure you click on over there as soon as possible so I can get it out to you today, right? I'm doing some shipping out today. So this is Lieutenant Sal Blue. I'm wrapping it up. Make sure you guys DM me and all the social media platforms so I can figure out what I'm going to talk to you guys about tomorrow. All right, whatever is pressing and on your mind, we're going to talk about, man. And guess what? This is episode 200. Episode 200, man. We're going to keep going. We got 165 more episodes to be 1 year running. And from that point on, we're going to uptick it and take it to the next level. So keep checking me out. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. This is Lieutenant Sal Blue. I will talk to you guys tomorrow with my daily podcast, okay? I will talk to you later. Deuces. You guys have a great, great day after Christmas. Deuces. Later.